morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. How you guys doing today?
Good morning. Good Monday morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kayleon.
Got
Good
some
morning.
fabulous guests on today. All the way from Canada, Jennie Potter. And from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Which we just discovered this morning. How far apart are the two of you?
Yeah.
I was like, where are you from? And she's like, right outside of Charlotte. I was like, wait, what?
I figured you two knew each other, but no, you just met this morning in person. Actually, we all just met. We all just met this morning, which is super fun to see life coming together. And really, that's what the morning show is all about. It's connecting and bringing people together, being that bright start to your day. And Kayleon, I love that Tina thought you and I knew each other.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I was like, wait, didn't I get your podcast from Angel? Like, that's what I thought. We knew each other.
Yeah. So I'm always out scouting and scouring, looking for podcasts and stages, radio opportunities, media opportunities for my clients. That I came across your post, Kayleon, that you were looking for guests, and it seemed like a really awesome podcast. So I shared it. Tina responded to it because she's an action taker, and of course, and she's a relationship builder. And like she instantly builds relationships, and now here we are, because I think that all happened in less than a week.
It did. It really did. And then Jennie and I know each other from a previous company that her and I both were involved in, and she was on Facebook Live like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, oh, I haven't talked to her in a long time. So I reached out to her and we were chatting, and I was like, ooh, let's get you on the show. But she was doing a Facebook Live about taking naps and how you need to take a nap because it'll help you lose weight. And I was like, whoa. I was like, what?
No, it's the best thing. It's the best thing ever. You can, if you nap in the afternoon, apparently morning napping isn't as effective on the weight loss, but I don't know who morning naps, but afternoon naps are absolutely totally in for boosting immune, for losing weight, for all kinds of things. So it's a must, ladies. You got to do it.
So she said between 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, she's like, hold on, let me write this down.
Okay.
Between 2 and 4, your body will actually, if you nap, your body will make more cortisol. And cortisol is what gives you energy and fires you up. The cortisol is what's released when you have coffee. That's why you feel like that when you have your coffee. So you want to make more cortisol. So in many cultures, siesta is normal. And we've kind of done away with it. Babies nap, elderly nap. Why don't we nap?
I am not a napper. I've never been a napper. I'm not. My husband can sit down, put his head back.
And fall right to sleep, right?
Like 20 minutes later, and he's like good to go. Me, I always felt like I was groggy. I would like, first of all, ain't nobody.
It makes you more. It used to make me more tired.
It felt like it made me more tired, but I also like, who's got time to just stop and take a nap? But you'll lose weight. Well, I'm not.
Well, no, just now. So I used to love napping, and then I got super busy and efficient, and there just wasn't time to nap anymore. And I just recently had surgery, and so I have to nap. Everyone's like, you gotta slow down. You gotta slow down. So I've been forced napping. So just being the way I am, I researched it, and I was like, oh, it's a little bit of a weight loss trick along with everything else. So
why that's not? Always like a good thing too. And then she started talking about taking cold showers.
Oh, I've heard that. I have heard that, but I've tried.
Well, hot and cold. Don't just do cold. That's just torture.
Yeah, so I get in the shower now, and I turn my hot water on. And of course, I have this shoulder injury. I have a rotator cuff tear and some pinched nerves. And so I've been going to the chiropractor the last couple of days. Well, Friday, I was in such bad pain, like almost crying pain. And I remember what she said. So I got in the shower and I put the hot water on, and then I turned it to cold, and I was like, I was embracing myself, but it did work a little bit. It did work.
Lots of research, right, on cold water and cold therapy for inflammation and all, I'm sure, cortisol stuff, right? Good stuff, right? Right, all good stuff. If you do, right, hot, and then before you get out, right, closes up your pores, right, for your weight, like all good stuff, but it's cold.
It's torture.
Listen, it was a little cold, and I was like,
I'm like the exact opposite. Before I get out, I turn up all the heat all the way up to get like one final, I'm in the heat. So I must be
I want to be able to cook a chicken in my showers. Like that's
Well, honestly, I'm a bath girl. I was just given the tip. The hot cold, it works really well for your lymph and lots of reasons.
Yeah.
The appearance of cellulite helps you lose weight, moves the lymph. Like it does a lot.
She's like, hold on, let me write some more notes.
Okay.
So I'm a bath girl too. I love taking my baths at nighttime. I'm a bubble bath girl. And Angel is too.
Yeah.
And I think we had this discussion like during the first week. We were talking about does anybody take baths when they go to hotels? And Angel like, yes, every single time. And some people were like, ew, no.
Yeah. So then we got all the germaphobes telling us like how gross it was, right? Which kind of started to gross me out a little bit, but
right.
Like you pour the bath, you can see in the tub. It's not gross, right?
And all you gotta do is do a little rinse through. I mean, come on.
Right. But I was like, absolutely. In fact, if I want a tub, if there's an option of a tub or not a tub, like give me a tub. I love a bath.
It's mandatory.
Somebody else's bathtub where they're gonna clean it after me. Yeah.
True.
Yeah, I travel with my Epsom salts and my bubbles, and yeah, absolutely.
And she travels with just one suitcase, a small suitcase, and she doesn't check it. So how do you put all of this stuff into one tiny suitcase?
Yeah, we need to.
I want to see this one tiny suitcase. Like what the stuff is.
I have to tell you. So one time I did like a Facebook Live video of me packing to show like how efficient
how you pack.
Yes. So great video, right?
Oh, you're gonna have to repost that today.
Look at all the good stuff. Look at how I did this. So we get to Chicago, and it's like not, we've gone to one thing at night. And I'm speaking the next morning. So it's late at night, it's Sunday night, and I'm speaking on Monday morning. And I'm looking in my suitcase, I'm like, where's my dress for tomorrow? Right? So out of all this great packing, Angel's dress is left hanging in her closet at home. It is 10 o'clock on a Sunday night. The event starts like at 9 in. Where do you find a dress?
Nothing is opened.
Right? Where do you find a dress? So I'm like trying, the mall's not open. The Kohl's isn't open. TJ Maxx isn't open. Target opens at like 7:30 in the morning. And there was a Target just a few miles. So we get up early, take a cab over to the Target or an Uber, right? And I'm like, open. Actually, they were already open. They had opened.
You remember that commercial? Yeah. It was, what is it, Mervyn's back in the day? Yes. Open.
Russian again, having to find a dress that matches the shoes and the underwear and bra that I brought, right? And yeah, I carry that dress with me everywhere because it is my backup dress that I keep.
Well, I am sending you your stuff from Bliss by the Lake Boutique today. So I've got to send a bunch of journals out today for gratitude journals, and our clothing sponsor, Bliss on the Lake Boutique, gave Angel and I a bunch of cute clothes, and I got Angel like 5 cute dresses. So now she has 5 dresses she can travel with.
In my little bitty suitcase.
In your little bitty suitcase with your Epsom salts, your bubble bath, your this.
So after all that, let me tell you what an amazing packer I am and a travel packer. I didn't even bring the dress I was supposed to wear to this event, but Target opens early in the morning. And I was able to go in and grab something, and I have a few of those little emergency, stories and deals around.
It's because you're so tiny, you can put so much more in your suitcase.
Is that it?
I don't think I could get all of that in the small little suitcase?
Well, winter is harder, right? Winter is harder with heavier clothes and sweaters and thicker fabrics and jeans, right? But I wear a lot of dresses. I wear, have you guys tried those? It's Beta brand. They're the yoga pants, the dress yoga pants, because they just fold up and they don't wrinkle and they're lightweight.
They're called Spade. Oh, I need those, Angel.
Those sound
we
good.
need a sponsor.
Yeah, I saw them on another woman when we were speaking, and they're called. It's the brand. It's Beta, Beta, Beta brand, and they have yoga pants you can wear to work. They're like a thing, and so they're little. They don't wrinkle. So
and they look professional looking.
And they look professional. They look really nice. They're that thick. They're a thicker yoga pant. They're like yoga pants. It'll be my wardrobe for sure because I'm still in leggings and yoga pants for 4 months in a row now.
I am too. In fact, my roommate and I were talking about going on a diet. I mean, a cleaner living. So we're like, oh my God, this has got to end.
Have you ladies, have you guys been going out? Have you been getting dressed? This has been a thing.
No.
It's like, no.
I've been to the grocery store and a few places if I have to, but no, leggings, yoga pants, that's all you're going to get nowadays.
How about you, Jennie?
You know what? I get dressed like I'm going to work every morning. I have done that since I left my real job and started working from home online because I was kind of terrified that I was going to just like live in the bath and never work. So I have this habit. I wake up early and I get ready like as if I'm going to work. So nothing's.
Do you have real pants on?
What's that?
Do you have like real pants with a button, or is it elastic, or are they elastic pants? You're a dress girl too.
I am wearing pants, but I have friends who work from home that literally just sit in their underwear and their t-shirt. They don't worry about the pants because they're just.
We had a guest like that.
Really? But I have cute little dresses because I actually am not great at accessories. Like I don't really know what goes with what. So I just throw on a little dress. It's comfy and go for the day. So
well, I haven't been wearing jewelry. We were teasing how a few weeks ago I stuck my earrings in just to, get them back.
This is the first time I've worn earrings in a bit.
Right? Was it kind of right after you don't wear earrings for a while?
You're like, true. Oh, I got to make sure my hole is still there.
Exactly.
Look at how cute she is. Like she's got jewelry and accessories, and I'm just usually in a t-shirt and yoga pants because I sit in this chair most of the time. I do make the big trek out to the kitchen, right? Because that's my exercise for the day, my little walk to the kitchen.
You have a Peloton too, though. Oh, did you hit?
Not yet. So I got a Peloton back in February, just by the grace of God, right? Luckily that we had bought that before all of this started shutting down. And my goal was to hit 500 miles by my 50th birthday, which is in like 3 weeks. And I am at 475 miles.
Wow.
You're going to hit it before your birthday.
Yeah, you are.
This week because I try to do it 3 times a week just for half an hour, and I hit about 8 miles when I do it. So I hit about 25 miles a week, which is, I've been consistent, right? 25 miles a week, 100 miles a month. And the goal was to get to 500 miles by my 50th birthday. And I think I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it this week.
You are going to hit it.
Yeah, you are.
Yay me.
I love it. She's like, yay me.
Yay me. Right?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be 50 years old.
You got to celebrate the little things, right?
Right.
Now.
Yeah. You do not look like you're 50 years old.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank you. I went and had pictures taken this weekend or on Friday because we're doing a magazine. And she shared a picture of me in a chair. And of course, when you're sitting in a chair in a dress, you don't realize how short that dress creeps up, right, when you're sitting. And so she's got this picture of me, and the only thing I can see in it is my thigh, and of course
your whole thigh hanging out,
and the cellulite in my thigh. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't like that. She's like, Angel, I shared it. I hope it was okay. And I shared
oh my God, you're like, no, take it down.
I'm like, yeah, it's not okay. It is not okay.
Okay, now you got to show us this picture.
Let me see if I can find it.
She's like, let me see if I can find it. So what is this magazine that you're going to be on?
It's the Lemonade Legend magazine with Michelle Faust. I get to be on the cover of the next issue. I'm super excited.
Wow, congratulations.
I didn't have any pictures that were like worthy of, a cover.
Magazine worthy.
So
okay, well, you got to talk.
Okay, so here's the picture. I can't.
Oh my goodness.
Look at how short. It's like creeping all the way up my little booty. And you can't tell in this because it's not a good camera, but I can tell like all that.
She's like zooming in.
But that's the crazy thing that we do as women is like we know we go in on the thing that we don't like and we stare at it.
She's like, it was such a cute picture, and she's like, and I'm like, there's one thing, and I'm like, I'm like,
exactly.
Like, I don't like that. And she's like, well, what about all this other stuff? I said, I didn't see any of that other stuff.
I don't care about all this other stuff, right?
I'm like, was there that in the picture? I didn't even see that. She's like,
and it's so funny because you focus, like Jennie said, you focus on that one thing, and you're like, oh my God, is that how I look? Is that what my eye does? Is that, why my lip look crooked? And then everybody's like, you are fine. You're like, no.
Exactly.
So Jennie, you seriously have been getting up and getting dressed for work every day?
Well, yes. In the last,
I'm like, wow.
In the last few weeks, as I mentioned, I was recovering from surgery, so I couldn't really do that. And it was very strange. And I have this fear that if I don't do it, everything's going to fall apart. Like, it's almost like, I don't want to say it's an anxiety thing, but it's a thing that I do to ensure that, like you kind of feel you're a businesswoman, you do things every day, you work from home, I'm my own boss.
That is your morning routine that you have
part
to
of
do.
it. Yeah, it's part of it. So I do.
So I love your background. I know earlier we were talking about your backgrounds and all the Zoom backgrounds that everybody has.
Yeah.
I love your background because apparently there's a lot of Zoom shaming these days.
I have seen so much
of the background shaming on Zooms.
Yes, you'll just see like people's meetings, and then in the comments, it's just ridiculous.
People are always going to find things to focus on.
They will. But I like having, I don't know, I like seeing into, people's backgrounds.
I do too. I like, there's my dog, going back there, and we're like, oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, when the kids come through.
Yeah.
And then, like Angel was talking about, she was in Brad Paisley's kitchen the other day. Well, I mean, she wasn't in. Hold on, let's clarify.
I was hanging out in Brad Paisley's kitchen.
I was hanging out in Brad Paisley's kitchen. But then you can see, the stuff that he does and the thing. Oh, look, I have the same coffee pot, and whatever. It's just you get to know these people and you start to relate to them.
Yeah. So I like the real backgrounds personally, and then the virtual ones. If you don't have a green screen, they disappear when they move.
Yeah. Or like one earring is cut out, or
or half your body hair.
There was a gal, she was blonde, and she kept disappearing into her background.
Her whole hair. She was like, oh, it's because I'm blonde, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. Or they pick up their drink and it's gone, or their arm is disappeared.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Your background is good, although we do have. If you're using virtual backgrounds, and you need a green screen, this is my hat.
This is the Angel tip of the day.
Yeah. So we couldn't get one because they were all on back order. I was doing an event where they wanted all of the production team to have the same virtual backgrounds who were all matchy-matchy, which was really cool for branding. but I couldn't get a green screen in time. They were all on back order. So we got these green plastic tablecloths from the dollar store. And when you put it up, it is the perfect green for your virtual background. So we spent $2.
That's a good hack.
They're not very thick, right?
Wow.
So if you can't get a green screen or you just need one in a pinch,
go to the dollar store.
Dollar store tablecloths
for $2 instead of $189 on Amazon.
He is MacGyver. Jay can fix anything, right? He is MacGyver. Wow. So we just attached it to the background, and yeah. So if you need one, and because you're disappearing, it's so you need a green screen if you're disappearing. There you go.
That's so great.
Look at how creative we are today. We're giving Zoom tips. We're giving weight loss tips.
Taking nap tips, all types of stuff.
Exactly.
Right? We are like the how to get your week going. What else?
On the Angel and Tina morning show, tip of the day.
Well, these gals are like so full of all these great little hacks, right? Little life hacks that you're using to get through.
Well, we're getting a lot of comments on Facebook. Great tip. Oh, that's so awesome.
No, really, it's so helpful with everything being virtual.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's introduce our guests a little officially. Kayleon, we'll start with you. Okay. She's a wife, NICU grad mom, author, creative designer, consultant, administrative assistant, podcast host, grad student, entrepreneur, minister, and public speaker. That the girl is the woman of many hats.
Right.
She's the founder of By Grace, Not Perfection, LLC. She assists individuals and businesses with their personal brand and network development through consulting and design services. And I found you because you had set out a post. You were looking for guests for your podcast. We have a Facebook group we just started not too long ago called Need a Guest. And I'm always out looking for guests or stages and summits and webinars for my clients to be featured on. Shared your request, and I know Tina took action because she's our action taker. And here you are today, but catch us up what you've been doing for the last couple of months during this interesting times.
Wow, just trying to navigate with everything being virtual. So that green screen tip is really helpful. Trying to be creative.
Said, you saved me hundreds of dollars.
Which my husband is now working from home too. So that's been very interesting because he is not used to working from home. So that's been a transition. So he'll be in one room and I'm in the other, or we have to swap depending on what's going on. And we have a daughter who just turned 1. Her name is Araya. She turned 1 in May. So she is busy, and so we try to play Coco Melon to keep her occupied.
Wait, try to play what?
It's called Coco Melon. It's a YouTube kids TV thing.
It's kind of like Teletubbies back in the day, I guess, huh?
I mean, I have all the songs in my head. Like I'll be making coffee or cooking, and I find myself singing the songs. It's just.
Are you singing Baby Shark song?
No. Okay, my daughter actually does not like Baby Shark.
Oh,
I think she's the only baby in the world that doesn't like Baby Shark. Like when it comes on, she starts crying.
She really don't like it.
Oh, she really doesn't like it.
Yeah, but like Coco Melon is amazing. So we'll just put it on in a room and just hope that she like stays occupied while we're both in meetings and everything. But I've been working with clients on websites and different branding needs that they have. So yeah. I have to dress up a little every day myself. I usually don't do the makeup.
Just the top half though, right? Just the top half?
It's going to be leggings at the bottom. Like I have on leggings right now, but I at least, dress up at the top because I have so many like virtual meetings. And if it's just a recording, then I may be in a t-shirt and my leggings, but
the leggings are a must.
Yeah, but I'm used to working from home, because I was staying home with my daughter. So.
And so, what room are you in? Where are you at?
In my daughter's bedroom right now.
You're in your daughter's bedroom.
Yes, my husband is in the living area, and my daughter is in our room in the basket.
I love that. Right?
I didn't want like little baby animals in the back, so that's why I'm like in front of her closet.
Okay. Yeah, you're very creative. You have to get creative sometimes, right?
Yeah, it'll be like little lady or like elephant or something in the back, and I'm like, no, that won't match adulthood.
So have you started anything new? Is there any projects you've been working on that has come out of?
Yes, I actually just really set sail with my web designing, and also have a mobile app. I've had that for a year, but I just opened it up for streaming podcaster shows in my app. So that's something new that I've started. Yeah, those are really the only new things that I can think of that I've
So
done.
you just created an app while you've been home? You know,
I
it's
did
not like a
I
big
did-
deal. Just
I
you just
did-
created an app.
Well,
I just put it on my list.
last year.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I just knocked it out.
No,
So you
not at
have
all.
an app for people who host podcasts?
Well, okay. Last year, in January, I launched my business, By Grace Not Perfection, and I created an app to go along with my business. So I was streaming my podcast and had other things related to my business in the app. But this year, I decided to open it up for also streaming other podcasters in the app as well. So that's something new that I started. But yeah, last year I launched my business, and it's actually my husband's idea. Basically, everything that I'm doing is because my husband is like, you should do this, and I know you can do it. So you should do it. And so he was like, you should have a mobile app. And I'm like, I don't know how that works. So I looked into it, and I ended up designing one. So yeah, I've opened it up for that. But last year was when everything really set sail with my business. So nothing really new now, just really expanding on what I already have. But most of the creativity came in January of last year.
But you have been also running a business and have a baby in this year as well.
A one-year-old baby at that.
Right?
Yes, like
So
I'm feeding her, and then I go lay down and log into Zoom, and it's.
Yeah, because you said you just started your business last January. Your baby was born in May. And so now this whole last year, you've been doing that with an infant.
It has been a lot. It really has.
Is she a preemie?
Yeah, she is a preemie.
So on top of that, she is a preemie, because I had a preemie too, and back in the day.
Tell you about all of the craziness. Okay, so she was born. She was originally due July 20 something. And so she was born May 9th. So she was 29 weeks when she was born. So that was 11 weeks early. Of course, you don't plan for anything like that. So we spent 43 days with her in the NICU. And at the time I was writing a 30-day devotional. And I was finishing up my second year in grad school. So I had to get exempt from some of my exams. It was a whole whirlwind, because they're like, just make sure she gets here safely. Because, I went into preterm labor, and they were saying, we're not going to speed it up, or we're not going to slow it down. So you're going to be in here until she decides to come. That was beginning of May. She was due, end of July. So I could have been in the hospital until July. Thankfully, I wasn't. But, we were just trying to make sure that she got here safely, because they weren't going to discharge me. And so we spent 43 days with her in the NICU. And it was a time after she was discharged. I was looking for ways to, advocate and to really raise awareness, because before she was born, I had no idea about the NICU. I didn't know what to expect. If you go into preterm labor, they tell you like the signs, but they don't tell you what to do if you actually do go into preterm labor. So we just kind of felt like we were thrown to the wolves. Like, this is a whole new arena. You have to sign in to visit your child, and you're not there for all of the diaper changes, and you don't really know how they are 24/7. So there were a lot of different changes. So I created a keepsake journal for NICU moms, and some other NICU resources that were they started with, my experience with her in the NICU.
Oh, what a great gift, right? Because I have my daughters are going to be 27 this month.
Wow.
They were born 12 weeks early. Twins. We spent a lot of time getting to know our NICU nurses.
Yeah.
It is. So what a great journal. What a great
And
resource.
that's the same with mine. My 19-year-old who's in the Army right now was a preemie baby. I had him at 30 weeks. I went in on Christmas Day and ended up having him on the 28th of December.
Wow.
And he was 3 pounds 3 ounces. He went down to 1.8, and he was in the NICU for 41 days. And just leaving the hospital without your baby is like, yeah.
I mean, it took so much.
Already in the hospital. He was in the pediatric ICU unit because he had stopped breathing. And so that ended up putting me into labor. So everybody, when I was walking, everybody would be like, oh my God, that's the lady that has 2 babies, one in the pediatric ICU, one in the NICU. And yeah, so it was a very traumatic experience. So that's so good that you have that journal for those moms.
Yeah, I try to think of something that would be helpful, because it's something that I would have wanted. And in the journal there are encouraging words, self-care tips, because I was not thinking about self-care. I was just thinking about surviving. And my husband's like, take a nap, because he was working, so he's like, take a nap, because I'm like falling asleep, and the nurses are like, you want to go home? I'm like,
no.
But it took a lot of journaling and crying and monitoring and calling all the time. So
and having those phone calls in the middle of the night just to give you an update, but
but you're freaking out. Yeah. Yeah. And you think it ends, like a lot of people think it ends once they come home, but I mean, we were terrified. So I'm like standing over the crib, like, do we need to call now? Exactly. But, I try to think of ways that I can help other people, that are going through experiences that I have, but hopefully make it a little bit easier for them.
How do you want people to get in touch with you?
Oh, everything is on my website, By Grace NP. The NP stands for Not Perfection. ByGraceNP.com. And that'll link to my podcast, my services, social media. All of that can be found on my website.
Fabulous.
I love it.
And remember that we are on Wednesday, July 1st. We are expanding our network. We're being syndicated with the ZTV network. We are going to be starting 1 hour later, so 11 a.m. Eastern time, starting on July 1. And we're bringing back all of our guests for a 3-day celebration party. So ladies, remember to come back and join us later on.
If you guys have been a guest, those of you who are watching, if you guys been a guest on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, you should have got an email, Eventbrite, on Facebook. The email did not have the dates on it because I was trying so hard to get it out. And I was like, okay, boom, done. And it was like, you didn't put no dates. Everybody's jumping into my Zoom.
Jumping in the Zoom, like right now? You want us right now? Like this? No, girl.
I know, right? No. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you should have had an event on Facebook. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 a.m. to 12. If you've been a guest on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, you need to come back. You can come back one day or all 3 days. The more time you get on here, the more exposure you're going to get. But we are going to be seen with over 100,000 viewers.
Yeah, it's going to be
congratulations. So fun.
That's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah, this is our 61st episode. Is that correct, Tina? Yeah, 61 episodes. When we first started, thought would just be for a couple of weeks, just to fill that gap. While everybody was shutting down and quarantining, but it has continued. It has grown. We've had now well over 100 guests on the show, and so excited to bring them back for this reunion as we celebrate. Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor. ZTV Network is our syndicator sponsor. I mean, it is just. And we had some of the most amazing guests. And I love your story, Kayleon. I love how you took something that was an experience for you and turn that into advocacy for helping others to go through that path. And I think that's just a beautiful story. And that your daughter, right, how much of a story, how much a part of that she is in the growth of your business success. So congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you for listening.
Absolutely. And then you've got a podcast. Are you still looking for guests for your podcast?
I do. Oh yes, I'm always open to guests. My podcast is My Sentiments Exactly. We talk about anything taboo and misconceptions, stereotypes, things that keep us from really embracing community and embracing one another, because a lot of times we don't understand the situations people are going through, and we just sometimes cast judgment without even knowing. So I've opened up this space for people to share their story with no judgment, and just to raise awareness and advocate, and to, address stigma and to raise awareness.
I love that. I love that. We need more conversation, because as much as the fight is to be more inclusive, it seems like we're just being more
Exactly.
Right? It's we're working against ourselves here.
Exactly.
So many cases. So fabulous journey you are on. And I just think what a beautiful little story. I'm just out there looking for stuff. I'm like, oh, here's a great opportunity.
And
it's like 15 minutes from my house.
Exactly. Small world.
You guys could almost do it in person, right?
Right.
Well, let's get to know Jennie a little bit. She's our woman of who naps.
Cold showers and look all at the same time.
Doing it all.
All the stuff that we want in our lives, and she gets dressed every day.
Completely dressed every single morning.
With real pants.
She lives on Vancouver Island in Canada. Her background is in counseling. She's a professional network marketer, awarded Promoter of the Year in 2018. Is a Higdon Group speaker, 100K Inner Circle coach, currently writing a book for faith-filled network marketers to help them build a successful business. Jennie, we're super excited that you are here. And you guys you and Tina have a connection from a past professional career or business, yes?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Did you?
So thank you.
Did Tina leave or did you leave?
She's in the coaching arena.
Yeah, 100K Inner Circle coach.
Yeah, so my journey, I don't really know where to start. I've been giving all these weight loss tips, and you guys, introducing me as a napper, which is funny because I just started napping again. I promise.
You're our expert in napping.
Exactly.
You've napped.
And I don't hot and cold shower. I just tell people about it.
Oh.
But I am a network marketer, and I have just absolutely enjoyed that arena of personal growth. And I used to be pretty shy, pretty introverted. I would never have done anything like this. And if I had, I would have been bright red and staring at my feet. But network marketing has kind of done something to me. It's pulled this strength out in me. And so, a few years ago, I started with network marketing, and I about a year and a half ago found health and wellness. So I've been helping women and men, but majority women, find ways to feel better, be healthy, earn money from home, and kind of do so in an empowered way, and step out of your comfort zone, kind of, because I'm always stepping out of my comfort zone. So that's what I love to share with women. And as you mentioned in my bio, I do that with faith. So connecting with God, partnering with God, as we build businesses from home and step into who we truly are. So I believe that we're not meant to live ordinary lives, that we're all here with gifts to live extraordinary lives. And I think a lot of people have forgotten. A lot of people are just surviving. And so my love is to connect with people and help them thrive on a mental level, like mindset level, on a physical level, which was the last piece in the puzzle for me, and on a faith level.
Oh, how beautiful.
I love that. And you know, the one thing I love is that her husband has a pretty different job, right?
Right. So we live on Vancouver Island, which is just above Seattle, and we in Canada, a lot of mountains, a lot of trees. And so my husband is a faller. We have a tree service here on the island, and he climbs trees and brings them down safely. Like if you had a big old tree in your backyard and you were worried about it coming down, my husband would climb it and kind of take it down in pieces. And so, and now my stepson, Kai, he is doing the same job too, which I don't know. I'm like proud of him, but it's kind of scary too.
My nephew does that in Seattle.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he just started that maybe a year ago with a company, but yeah. Oh my gosh, like what a small world. And he's in Seattle. So, you know.
Yeah. My American friends always introduce him as a real Canadian lumberjack.
Well, it's funny because he always takes pictures up there on the tree, like from the top of the tree.
Right. So Dave does Facebook Lives up in the tree. He'll present. We do health products. He'll do health product presentations from up in the tree. He just did a prize giveaway. He does lots of stuff. He's great on Facebook Live. So we have a lot of fun with that for the business and just, for fun.
How fun. No, how very fun. And it is unique, but we need to be outside and outdoorsy and we need to take advantage of all of that. So how has this time been for you guys, for business, for raising your family?
Yeah, it's been, it's just been a different, we were secretly super, I guess it's not so secret now that we're alive, but we were thrilled that our daughter stayed home so much with us. She's 18, she's just about to turn 19. And as I mentioned, Kai, he was still working the tree service. We're an essential service. So the tree service was a little bit quieter, but, stayed steady. And, we were happy to have our daughter more time with her. So we had her doing all kinds of stuff for the tree service.
Is she in college?
No, she's doing her gap year. She graduated last year. So she's just taken a year to work and save money. But of course, she couldn't go to work. She works at a restaurant. So we got to just spend more time with her, which was really nice. For me, it was heaven. I love being home, and I'm, introverted by nature. So tell me to stay home, I'm happy. So things didn't really change. Things got a little busier for me, actually, work-wise. And then, so it was kind of nice it's obviously scary, the reality of everything. Things have changed, but.
And how is it right now in Canada? Are you guys open?
Well, ish.
Right?
Ish, yeah. Everything's a little bit different. But where we are on the island, we've been very blessed with few cases. So, but people are still being very careful. And that's good. And I'm just waiting for the borders to open because we're still not allowed to come visit you guys.
Yeah, no, and they're not letting us go anywhere because apparently we can't follow rules, right? We
obviously
definitely can't follow what the rules are, right? The rule is this, except for when it's not, and you can when you don't, right? It is very confusing. I went to the grocery store this weekend, and it took forever because it's so. Yeah, wear masks. I do. I wear the mask. I do the social distance. And I think when it comes to like strangers,
are you doing the directions in the grocery store?
That confuses me. I hate it. I'm always going the wrong way.
Go out this door. You got to go down this way to this on this aisle. You got to come up this way.
I don't realize it until I'm halfway down the aisle.
Right? They want you to self-checkout, so that line is super long. They only have 2 checkers, so those lines are super long. It took an hour and a half to go to the grocery store, and mostly because we were in line, like most of the time. And yeah, it is. I just would rather stay home than deal with all that. But yeah, my daughters.
When you got into your car, did you like rip the mask off?
No, I forgot to. so then we go over to the gas station, which is in the same parking lot, because I'm getting like 6 weeks to the gallon on my car.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going anywhere. So we actually put gas in it. And Jay gets out of the car and he's like, Angel, you can take your mask off. I forgot to take my mask off when I got in the car. Just now it was on. And but I have a cute little cloth mask with a cute print on it. And Jay was going into the next store and he's like, oh, I put my mask in the grocery store bag. I'm like, here, take mine. And he wouldn't because it had flowers on it.
I have a really, really cute mask.
Yeah, he didn't want it. But it is, we are doing a lot. They, it's still limited. Everything's limited for the people you can have in a store. Social distancing, the masks, the whole thing amongst strangers. But when you get around people, they're not playing. They're like, oh, like everybody wants to hug.
No, really.
Close.
Are you like backing up a little bit when they do that?
Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. I thought we were supposed to like not do that.
Yes.
I'm not. I thought that was the whole point of all this. Right?
They're like, I don't care.
They don't.
Oh.
So then I saw this thing that said, it had like, they had like green, red, and yellow bracelets. So if you're like a hugger, wear the greens. If you want social distancing, wear the red. And I'm like, aren't we all supposed to be red like right now?
Exactly.
Like, is that the point? Like I don't think the greens we're not there yet. So I completely stay home. I don't know about all that other stuff. So I don't remember my point. But my kids have been home with me, and Jennie, I've loved it too. I've loved having them home. Mm-hmm. My son was just getting ready to start a new job at a restaurant that, of course, he didn't start because they closed it all down. So he's just been here. My daughter's quarantined here. They live in Florida. Did
they leave? Did they leave yet?
They did. Yeah, they go back to work today for training, but they're not allowed to tell us anything. They gotta be all on zip down lockdown.
Not even you?
No, they're not allowed to tell anybody.
Like, Mom, if we tell you, we have to kill you.
So yeah, so I get all my Disney updates from the Disney bloggers. Thank goodness for Disney bloggers. So I know what's happening because my girls can't tell me, but I can, but the bloggers somehow know all the background stuff. So
it's hilarious.
Isn't that funny? Yeah. So, but it has been nice. And I've just turned into a mole living in my yoga pants, barefoot. I'm busier with work, but I'm just happy as a clam.
Good.
As a clam.
For when I'm not, right? But for the most part, going to the store yesterday took so long.
It took all your energy, I bet.
It did. It wasn't fun. I came home. I'm
That's
like, yeah.
Did you
when I come from the store, I have to take a nap.
Did I change my background?
Yes. You did change your background.
I took my flowers off and I put some signs up there.
Beautiful.
Okay, but didn't somebody just tell us you're not supposed to put stuff up that we can read?
Oops.
No family pictures. You're not supposed to have stuff you can read. There's all these rules on the background.
You know what? Who made these rules?
Exactly. Who set the rules?
The Zoom background rule people.
So what are you supposed to have?
That have who in them?
I have to admit, I really like it when people just have nothing behind them, just the wall with no nothing.
Because it's distracting.
I don't know. I mean, I like everyone's. Yours is so glittery. You're very professional. You've got just the plain background. It all works. It's just
yeah.
And
I love yours because it looks like it's a fake Zoom background.
But I've got writing.
But that's what they said, that you'll be trying to read it and not pay attention to the person.
Yeah.
But, I like it. I'm with Angel. You know, I like.
Yeah.
Well, because think about like, what did we ever learn in like building rapport, right? You go into somebody's office or home, you're looking at their pictures, you're looking at how they decorate, what's important to them, so you can connect with them and build a relationship. Like this, we put this up because we had done an event, and it's just been easier to leave it up, but it wouldn't be. It's like one of those do as I say, not as I do, like a mommy rule, right?
But you used to have just your background in there. Jay's desk is behind you.
Yeah. Can I peek, honey? So this
is like, no, I don't have no pants on.
Hi.
Hi. You have a cameo from your eye candy himself.
The man behind the curtain. So we share an office. Wow. And I used to do all my Facebook Lives, and he was, his desk was just right back there. But then we did a big event, put up the background. I've got my pink lights, and then we just left it up because it's just cleaner and easier. But I've had people, like we did a TV interview a couple weekends ago, and she's like, I want to come in and we want to do it in your studio, she calls it. I'm like,
you look like you're in a studio.
You really do.
like a studio. What are you talking about? She goes, where you host the morning show. We're like, what?
So my parents came over a couple weekends ago. Jay's parents came over. Everybody's fascinated by the setup of the studio, which is really.
But you know what? That's how the news is too. Have you ever been in the news studio? Like I was interviewed years ago in Savannah, and I go in there and I'm like, huh.
That's it, right? Yeah.
It's just like a little corner with a green backdrop, and everything
empty warehouse. Yeah, it's not glamorous at all, but the set, right? On the set.
Just this little corner.
Because that's all it takes. It doesn't take a whole lot of space, but
I'm with you. I like seeing things. I'm the relationship, the connector, person who builds rapport with people, and I like seeing everybody's stuff and seeing that Jennie has the little stuff back there, and I like it. I like
knowing that you're in your daughter's bedroom is just precious.
I would have been disqualified because the normal setup that I have like a wedding photo. I have like this big gigantic quote. I have flowers. So I would have been policed if I
been fined by this.
Yes. So hopefully, there might be something with my daughter's closet door, but it's okay.
It is okay.
It's gray. That's horrible.
People do. They find. Right?
They're shaming
the world you're at. We just got to love each other. And again, right, if we're trying to be all inclusive and supportive, then let's actually do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, stop shaming people
there.
It's just backgrounds.
Right.
Like first it was how they dressed in person, and now it's how their Zoom background looks. And I'm like, just love everybody. Can we just all get along?
Exactly. Over a background. It's ridiculous.
Right? And everybody has their opinions, and you know what they say about opinions?
I don't.
No. I know what they say about assumptions.
I know what they say about assumptions, but what do they say about opinions?
I don't think it's appropriate to say.
Okay. We'll have to look at it.
Text us later.
Urban Dictionary.
Like something. Everybody has one.
Hold on, I'll look up Urban Dictionary.
I was trying to think of cliches. Like, no, I don't know.
I guess we just don't know.
We're all like back here going, no.
Or I don't know. I've always heard it though. It's not meant for kids.
Okay.
All right. Well, we'll drop it. But you can text us in the chat later.
I'll see the green room.
And we'll probably go, oh.
Yeah. just Google it.
Angel's using the Google right now.
Oh God.
The Google.
I know the Google, and I don't.
He's like, I don't get it.
Opinions, everybody like armpits or something. They stink.
Something like that, just further down south.
I don't know, something like that, right? I'm filling in the blanks for Miss Tina, but how funny. She's like, you know what they all say, and all three of us are like,
no. live. They know.
Oh,
They know? They do? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, something we all have them, and
that's funny.
something bad about that. Okay. Well,
Oh my goodness. I am so excited that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are coming up.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
We're having a 3-day party.
A 3-day party to celebrate. Well, we have to get used to the new time change. We are an hour later, which for me, I'm hoping equates to 5 extra hours of sleep is
5.
what I'm secretly hoping. Because
Weekly, 5?
Yeah, I know, right? Not 5 a day, right?
Oh, no. Like
with the napping. With the napping.
Tapping into
Exactly.
it.
So Jennie, I do have a question. Does the length of time of the nap play into this?
It matters. Yeah.
So the longer you nap, the more weight you lose.
No, 20 to 40 minutes. Don't go over 40.
No, it takes me 40 minutes to even go to sleep.
Yeah, but you're not sleeping then. You can lie there for longer, but actual sleep, 20 to 40 minutes. That's the magic. That's why, because in
REM
the
cycle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, I mean, that's really important. Most people's REM cycles are out. Most people, when they go to bed, because we use alarms, which isn't natural, we're supposed to wake up with the sun. We go to sleep, we're looking at our screens, and then we turn it off, we go to bed. Well, our eyes still think it's daylight for another, 40 minutes before we go to sleep. We have all these natural things that we're designed to do that we just naturally go to sleep. And when we sleep, guys, we heal, we process the food, we digest, we absorb nutrients, we do all kinds of stuff. We lose weight.
We need our sleep masks, huh?
Yes. But there's all these weird distractions. So.
And earplugs. I sleep with earplugs. They're like they're like sleeping pills for me. Like I put them in, and they're like.
I sleep with white noise on. I always have to have my white noise on.
I just discovered an app that it sounds like crickets, like like the cricket sound. I love it. I've tried ear things and I just rip them out. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
People tell me that like can hear themselves. Like I can hear like their own I don't know, something like inside their own brain. Like so it can be challenging. But I started with one to block out some heavier sounds in the room.
That's a nice way to put it.
She goes.
Behind the curtain. You mean
behind the curtain?
Snoring, honey.
Snoring loudly on your left side.
Then it just grew. It just grew from there. But yeah, and now as the older I've gotten, I need it dark. I need it quiet.
Yeah, me too.
I just I'm getting higher maintenance when it comes to
conditions.
I have a whole sleep I have to spray my lavender. I put my white noise on. It has to be
a whole checklist.
Yes, it has to be dark and cold. I like it cold, and it has to be very quiet, and I have to have my white noise on. So I mean, like this whole little thing. Like I'm taking my sleeping pills, I'm spraying my pillow. It's the whole thing. I'm like,
Jennie, I just went to this workplace. It's one of those where you have like community workspaces, and they had 2 napping rooms that with like these chaise lounges, and they're dark and they're kind of
But how are you supposed to get any work done?
I know. But that's a whole setup.
Right. But if you're only in there 20 to 40 minutes, right, to get so if you're there all day, you need your little break. They had a napping room. So 2 napping rooms for folks to go in and just, and I know we need to step away from the computers. We need to get some fresh air. There's all these things when it comes to self-care, and we joke about it, we laugh about it, right, on how funny it is, but it is serious. We have got to this is our machine, and if it's not functioning, nothing else will matter. And so I love the concept, and so she's not a napping expert. She is.
Well, I've had many naps, but I'm trying to get back into napping to care for myself. But
so watch on her Facebook Lives, because she has been going Facebook Live giving you all these little tips. And you're like, oh, I'm going to try that. Oh, I'm going to try that.
Yeah, I forgot to get your call to action, Jennie, how people you want.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? Right now, just add me as a friend, message me if you want to be part of a group. I have a Facebook group community where I share all kinds of tips like that and educate about why a lot of people aren't feeling healthy. You know, like I said, the last piece for me was the physical piece. Like you just said, we got to take care of our body. This is, I know I always was doing the mindset stuff, you know, but I always say you can look in the mirror all day long and say, I am hydrated, I am hydrated, I am hydrated. But until you actually drink a glass of water, you're not hydrated. So mindset works, but you have to, you know, if you do that affirmation, you'll probably end up looking at a glass of water, but you still got to drink it. So just private message me. I'll add you to our group, and we add all kinds of fun tips and tricks in there. And if you are a network marketer, rankmakers.com is open right now. And that is an amazing resource. Every single day, there's tips and tricks on how to build your business. And it's open. Like it's not always open.
$95 a month.
Yeah, it's not $1,000 a month. It's under $20 a month. So if you are in network marketing and you want a daily action step every single day, and you want training and you want to learn how to do it right and build your business from home, that's a great resource as well. Rankmakers.com.
I love it, and we love Ray and Jessica.
Yes.
I've known them for years and years.
They're amazing. They're the best of the best.
Yep. We had Michelle Eldridge on our show last week, and she's part of the Higdon group as well.
Yes, she's a Higdon group speaker. She and I and a few others, we're taking it on the road. So pretty excited.
I love it. Angel, what do you have for our people today?
Oh, well, of course, we have our website or our Facebook group, Need a Guest. If you need a guest for your podcast, for your stage, for your event, for your radio show, you can find, we just started that just a couple weeks ago. We're out always looking for folks who want a guest. And then we've created this beautiful little matchmaking site. So if you be a guest, search, check every single day, because we're always adding new opportunities. You can find it at needaguest.com. It'll send you directly to that Facebook group. And of course, we teach entrepreneurs how to leverage the power of OPP, of people, radio, television, magazine, podcast. And you start with your complimentary guide at makeyourbiguimpact.com. That's makeyourbiguimpact.com, because there are journalists, podcasters in stages, and they are looking for fresh news stories. They're looking for you. So if you want more people to say, I've heard of you, sign up for your complimentary guide at makeyourbiguimpact.com.
I love it. And I can't wait for this week. If you guys have been a past guest, contact me if you did not get an email or an event invitation on Facebook. I will add you to that group, because it is a private event. But all of you past guests and those of you watching, you're going to be involved with us Wednesday, Thursday, Friday when we go live for an hour at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to party like rock stars for 3 days straight. Well, for 3 hours. Because that's all we can handle. But I'm Tita Torres, the gratitude specialist and client retention expert, and where I teach you how to create loyal lifetime clients and how to actually build those relationships that matter. Turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners and increase your cash flow all at the same time. And you can get your free 7 ways to increase your cash flow if you text the word connection to 26786. That is connection to 26786. We hope you have a great Monday, and come back to us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we start at 11. So we are Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.